All right. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for being here again. I know I missed last week and the week before that. I know Courtney was running for me because I was away, but thanks for being here, guys. Again, it is our book club meeting for chapter 3 on March 2nd, and it is The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, Fuel for That Motor. And I just love this book so much, guys. I hope that you're loving it too, because this is the business, guys. The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. This is it in a nutshell right here. So I did write down like a bunch of takeaways and things like that. So I don't know if anybody else has anything that they wrote down that they wanted to share to start us off. Feel free to go ahead and unmute, and you can kind of say what stuck out to you the most in that chapter. Share with others. Anybody?
I will because this is the the first time I went through this book, I was doing it on Audible, well, CD as well.
Yeah.
And I still remembered this part of because memory is not my skill. It's not my strong point, but I still remember this part of this book was when he was talking about showing his mentor his prospect list, and how the way you think about putting someone in your sights, they can tell, they can feel it. And if that's your attitude, then everybody's going to run away, because you're basically just out hunting for people instead of really going at it, looking at it from where you can help them from your heart.
That was so true. I love that piece too. Thanks, Mama. Anybody else have anything? If not, I have a bunch of notes here that I can read off. Screw it, I'm just going to go for it.
I'm going to go and run and see if I can find my notes, because I thought I had something in my phone.
Oh, yeah.
I might have accidentally deleted it. So I'm going to go run upstairs really quick and see if I can find it.
Yeah, go run. Thank you. All right, so I did take down a bunch of notes, guys, for this chapter. And I thought it was cool, like when they talked about like the dream team, like having the dream team. I don't know if you guys remember reading that over that part, and how like you can have this dream team, right? But if it's not really like a dream team, it's not really going to happen if like you're focused on the wrong things. That you got to be focused on the right things. And so I really liked that piece, because it's like, well, you're not really going to have your dream team unless you collectively can focus on the right things. And I feel like that's what this team has. You know what I mean? I feel like we're ethical, and I feel like we are always leading with the heart, and I feel like we're out there being authentic and being vulnerable on social media and really putting others first. Like I know we have like a ton of teachers on the team and nurses and things like that, and it's like that instinctually they want to help other people. So I feel like our team is like just that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also liked too, guys, how they talked about how at the end of the day it boils down to sales, right? And this is something that, we don't like to talk about, because we're not like salespeople. We totally all are about helping other people and really just going behind the scenes and doing whatever we can to help them. But then at the end of the day, there's got to be there's a sale, obviously, that's made, right? I mean, that's how you earn your money, right? So you're helping people get started, but you got to be able to actually get the person to commit so that a sale takes place. That's how you build your business. That's how you earn an income over time. But I feel like as long as you're focusing on like that helping piece, and sharing what it's done for you, then it's easy to sell something to someone, because you believe in it and you know that what we have works, and you just want other people to feel now as great as you feel. And then I like how it talked about how, getting people on board and getting them started. And if you can get them on board and get them to be in your challenge groups or get them to be on your team, and then stick with them so that they're happy and they're reaching their goals, those are the people that are going to be like your lifers that aren't going to go anywhere, right? So really spending that time to get to know the people that you're bringing onto your team or into your challenge groups. And just even if you dumb it down to the basics, like when you get someone started in a challenge group, making sure you're checking in on them and making sure that what are you drinking your shake? What recipe did you use? Do you really like it? Do you love that recipe? You should be loving the recipe that you're making. Reiterating, make sure to take your measurements before you start, and your pictures and things like that. You don't have to share it, but it's got to be for yourself so that you can see the progress you made. I really like that. And I like how it talked about how just the whole sales piece and the selling thing, about how like people don't like to talk about it, right? And like talk about how, sales and selling and all that stuff. But it talked all about how like we're born basically selling and getting people to do things for us without even realizing it. And it talked about like the baby crying, for example, right? It's like, Abby in the middle of a dead sleep. It still freaking happens now, right? It's like I'll be in the middle of a dead sleep, and the kids will be like, "Mommy, mommy," or the baby's crying, crying, crying. And what do? Like you instinctually, you get up and you go to the baby. It's like that baby crying is right there. It's getting you to get up and do something. So it's something we all know how to do. It's all there. It's all right there for us. I don't know if anybody has anything they want to add to that whole piece there about this.
I really like that part that you had mentioned there, Kath, about and when I was listening to that too, it really stuck out with me about and I think who said it? I don't know. I'm sorry. My brain is like mush right now. About the, we say that we're not salespeople, and we say it all the time, we're not salespeople, but we know we're not. We're sharing. And yes, in the end, if we share it genuinely and we're looking to help people and we are listening to what they want and their goals, then we're turning, okay, as we're listening, we're thinking, I'm hearing you say that you're strapped for time. Okay, so I'm going to suggest, Beachbody on Demand is going to be helpful because you can't get to the gym because you're strapped for time because you have little ones. And so, thinking about basically what is it that they are going to need. And then, like you said, in the end, yes, it's going to, we obviously need to earn an income. So we need, in the end, have some type of a sale, but just about approaching it. And I was going to ask a question because this might be a different chapter, but I remember hearing something about them talking about when you're basically building your business, when you're building your company, your tribe, your team, whatever it is, about the type of people that you go after. Is that this chapter or is that chapter 4? Because I feel like
this was in that chapter.
Okay, I'm like, I couldn't remember. And they were talking about, just basically finding people with that same vision and not, like same thing we were talking about, our challengers become our best coaches because you're not trying to like sell them on this idea about how amazing it is. They're going to experience that for themselves and the same type of thing. And the one really like dumb CEO that he talks about in the book, and the guy basically said, I'm so successful because I literally want to be like the dumbest person in the room. Meaning if I'm smarter than my CFO, we have a problem because that's for them to know about the financials. And if I know more about whatever advertising than my advertising, manager of that department, then we have a problem. So basically saying like, kind of a silly way, obviously, of saying it, but he wants to be like the dumbest person in the room when he sits at a meeting because he wants his people to be experts in their field, basically. So
yes, I love that part too. I remember reading that. Yep.
Yeah, it just kind of was like, I want quality people. I'm not going to go out and just start like begging every person that I talk to, like, you got to be a coach on my team. Like, no, I've got to start marketing myself in a better way so that people are like, yeah, that's me too. I'm with her. She's with me. We're doing this the same, So yep. I really like that.
I love that. I love that piece too. And it's so true. Like, you definitely don't want to be like convincing people and trying to like push people to join you. You know what I mean? Are you going to say something, Jessie?
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you for bringing that up because I knew there was a lesson to be learned there for my business. But as I was reading it, all I could think about was my full-time job and how the egos are going to just blow up the company. Because if a certain person in the company read that, and that's all I could think about. I'm like, that's exactly correct.
Yeah.
When you try to do everybody's job, you're going to do a piss poor job at it.
Yep.
And you're going to, sink the company. So Thank you, because my brain couldn't get past that the other day, and I'm like, there's got to be a coach lesson in here somewhere. But
There is.
I'm
It's so
living
true.
a corporate nightmare, so I just can't see through. I can't see the forest through the trees.
I can't wait for you to be done with that so that we can have like the biggest celebration
Oh,
ever, Jesse.
We're flying in everybody. I've already pictured my skipping in my head, skipping out the back walkway. Looking forward to it.
You keep that vision, baby. It's going down for real.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
It really is, guys. I can't wait. Yeah, so that was a great point. Thank you, Kelly, for bringing that up. Oh, I liked too how it talked about how it said you lose 1 out of 5 prospects for being too aggressive, but you win the other 4, right? And so this was kind of cool because it was saying like, are you being like shocking enough when you're talking to people? Are you being like bold enough when you are behind the scenes, like inviting and talking to people? Or are you just kind of like, totally tiptoeing around, like being like nicey, get back to me if you want, like, you know what I mean? Like totally like, shit, I'm afraid I don't want them to say anything like wrong to me, or saying no. I'm kind of, are you approaching it more with like fear, or are you just like, or are you like coming at them like, listen, you need this in your life. You've got to trust me. You're going to love this. This is so much fun. This is so exciting. Like, you totally have to be on our team. Like, you'd be amazing, right? So how are you coming at it? I know for me personally, when I go behind the scenes, like I am just like that behind the scenes. Like it doesn't matter what they say to me. I have that much confidence in this company and in the business opportunity and the programs and the products. And it, like I said, it did all start with me getting the results from the 21-day fix in Shakeology and me feeling like I was on a cloud 9, getting, back to my pre-pregnancy weight and better when I didn't think I could. That when I am now behind the scenes talking to people, I am without a shadow of a doubt, I know that if people commit to the 21-day fix program and they drink their shake and they love it and they press play every day and they're in our challenge groups and they're following the nutrition plan, I know that they're going to feel freaking amazing. They're going to be confident. They're going to, be on cloud 9, and they're going to get results, and they are going to be hooked, and they're going to be like, damn it, I totally should have done this 6 months ago when she reached out to me. So think about that. Like when you're approaching people, are you like quick to back down? Are you coming at people like super excited and pumped up, like when people talk to me about coaching and, whatever they say, like they don't have time or any kind of objection, I don't know what it is. I'm like, listen to me. Trust me, I thought the same thing. Feel, felt, found, right? Use those words. I do that all the time, but you've got to do this. It is going to change your life. You have got to try it. I really do feel like people are completely ludicrous for not even trying this, because people just sell themselves short and they don't really believe that they can make a life change in any area. So think about it when you're behind the scenes, because that's the thing that's going to build your business, guys, right? It's that inviting piece, that talking piece to people. And if you're kind of tiptoeing around on eggshells with that fear, and you're worried about people saying like, are they going to say no? Are they going to like come back at me and criticize me? People can feel that, right? So I know, like for me personally, when I go to sit down before I work, right, to do my inviting specifically, I sit up on my chair, I have my shoulders back like this, I have this pumped up music on, and I'm like, that's it, damn it. Who am I going to help tonight? Who's going to be in my next challenge group with me? Who wants to be on my awesome team? Like, who wants to do this with me? I'm going to find 2 people tonight. We're going to do this. And I go behind the scenes, like with that energy, versus the person who's like, shit, like leaning back, slumping down, like, oh, my coach says I got to invite. I'm so nervous. Like, oh God, like I don't want to hit send. Like whatever it is, like they're going to feel it. Even if you're trying to fake yourself out, they're going to feel it on the other end. Trust me, it comes through that way. So you got to do whatever it takes to psych yourself up and be like, this is awesome. Like I am going to change a life tonight. These people are going to be like thanking me in a month from now for this. Like, let's do this. And I just feel like if you don't do that, it's like we're not really doing our job as coaches, right? I mean, that's our job, is to go out there and present this to as many people as possible. It's not our job to make the decision for them, whether this is or isn't for them. It is our job to tell everybody and anybody, and don't rob them of that, right, opportunity, right? Let it be up to them to decide if this is or isn't for them. So that, I thought that was awesome. That was key. Like, are you shocking enough in your approach when you're talking to people, right? Because people are drawn to that confidence. It's like they can't say no if you come at them with that confidence, because they're like, damn, like this girl's super confident. Like, you know what? I want to be with her. She's gonna help me reach my goals. I know she's not gonna give up on me, right? So you got to be like that behind the scenes. And then Kelly touched on another point that I had, which was selling to the best and forget the rest. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so true. And I don't know if you guys saw Liz Harkey's live video that she did today and Drop the Cookie about how she had been, I'll kind of recap it for you really quickly, but it had a really good message to it, you know, and she had basically, in a nutshell, been working with this girl for an entire year, right? An entire year of talking about coaching and, you know, being on the team and getting started on her journey. And she spent numerous hours and just, you know, tons of time with her. And, you know, Liz has specific business hours, just like everybody else does. And she just had a baby. And so basically this girl sent her an email at 10 o'clock at night. And Liz was, you know, not on Facebook then, because that was on her hours. And she, I guess, sent her an email. And the next morning when she woke up and was checking all of her emails and doing her Facebook things during her work time, she had a message from the girl being like, hey, you know, did you get my, I just wanted to make sure that you got my emails. I had sent you some emails and I'm super excited, but my computer was acting all funky and I don't know if it went through. Can you just tell me if it went through? And she was like, no, it didn't go through. I didn't see them. Could you send them to me over here on Facebook? And this was like 12 hours later, right? And the girl was like, no, I'm all set. Never mind. I was really eager to get started to become a coach on the team, but I didn't hear from you. So I went and signed up with another coach. And that was between like the hours of 10 o'clock at night and like 8 a.m. the next morning. And so there's like, you know, it's that whole piece. Sell to the best, forget the rest, right? If she's that type of person that's going to like be so quick to up and go when you can't get back to her within a freaking 10-hour span, like, you don't want someone like that on your team, right? So it's like, on one side, you could be all pissed off and aggravated that you spent all this time with them. But then on the other hand, you got to kind of flip it around, like she said, and be grateful and think about, you know, this was a blessing in disguise. Because if this girl is going to be that needy and all that stuff, then, you know, I don't want somebody like that on my team. I need someone who's going to be able to respect my time, respect that I have a family, respect that there needs to be boundaries, and that there's hours that I work on this business, and they need to respect that. So there's always that piece there where guys, like, where you get no's all the time from people, and you have people, I mean, it happens to me too. I mean, I had coaches on my team that were coaches with me, specifically quit and waited 6 months and went and signed up with another coach in the network. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me because not everybody is a good match for the person that they're with. And, you know, if I'm not the right match, that's okay. You know, I want my tribe. I want my peeps. I want people like you guys on my team, right? So you can't get bent up out of shape with that. But like Kelly said, focusing in on those challengers and getting the results, like that has to be your priority. And our priority is to, are these people getting results? Like, are they feeling awesome about themselves? Like, even non-scale victories, any kind of victory, because those are the ones who are going to be on your team, who are going to blow this up with you and take you to the top.
I was just gonna say, I pushed someone out on purpose. It sounds horrible, not out of a challenge group. It's a friend of mine, and her and her husband were enrolled to sell some other shake product, but they weren't losing weight. So they wanted to have me help them. And I brought up, like, you know, maybe logically speaking, if your product isn't working for you and you're looking to me to help you because our products are better, you know, close enough friends I could say that to her, then maybe you're representing the wrong company. So that was like the start of the discussion. Well, because her husband was so stubborn and didn't want to admit he was wrong, and their $400 a month they spent between the two of them for just shakes, guys. And the product, like, I compared the ingredients and everything because they wanted to do one of the more intense workout programs. But I didn't feel comfortable with that because I don't want someone getting sick. And if you're drinking 2 shakes a day of subpar quality and you're not getting the proper nutrients, you're going to get sick. And so then the other thing was, well, we don't really have the money. And so we already have P90X, so we're just going to do that. I'm like, okay, well, I wish you luck, but please know that you really need to follow the nutrition plan with that too. So I don't know if they were still getting results, but now instead, so they don't have money. So she somehow came up with $4,000 to become a LuLaRoe consultant. And what cracks me up about this is you realize what it's LuLaRoe is doing, right? It's giving everybody the okay to wear baggy, stretchy clothes all the time. So that's what we're going to be fighting against, and that's okay. But I think people are going to get burnt out on that real quick. And after she spent $4,000 and $400 a month on shakes that are crap, maybe she'll come back, maybe she won't. But I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't take you on. Like, as much as I could have used Success Club points, I have to do what was better for her.
Yep. Exactly. Like, you have to do what's best for them and what's best for your business. And it's like, you don't want to be wrapped up with people like that. It's just way too much drama, and just like, I hate drama. And, you know, that's why we don't really have any of that on the team, because we don't attract those types of people. And you want to be picky with the people that you're helping a little bit too. Like, you want to find the people like yourself that you're helping, right? That you're going to mesh well with and get along with. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. So true though. And then the last thing that I wanted to share too, I thought this was really cool. This wasn't in the book, but I forget what I read in the chapter that made me think of this. And I heard it somewhere, but your top 2 to 3 leaders on your team have already told you no. That was pretty cool. And all I could think of for an example was like Courtney Bordeaux, right? For example, like, she told me no and wanted nothing to do with me, right? For an entire year. And then she comes on and she's like blowing it up, like doing amazing things, like with her team and growth, like you wouldn't believe, right? And I thought that was really cool. Like, when you think about like all the people that you're talking to every single day, like those no's, they don't rub me the wrong way at all. Like, they don't even faze me, because I just know that the more no's I get, right, they're going to be a yes. And I know that in one of those no's, they're going to keep watching me, and something's going to happen one day. They're going to see something I post, or they're going to have something in their life, or they're going to have some kind of epiphany or some kind of shift in their mind where they're like, you know what? Now is the time. Like, I just had an active coach sign up at the very end of last month, and it was that same thing for her. She had been she had never liked my post, never commented on my post. I think I might have reached out to her actually when I first started coaching, and I never heard from her. And for the past 4 months, she had been like highly considering coaching. And she saw me make a post about like, now is the time, guys. Like, why are you waiting, right? Like, now's the time. And she was like, you know what? Now is the time. And she reached out to me out of the clear blue sky and was like, you know what? I want to become an active coach on the team. I'm like, who are you? Like, where did you come from? And I love hearing like those stories from people. So I thought that was really cool, guys. Just keep plugging along, and you can't get fazed by the no's. Like, they're all seeds that you're planting. So anyways, those are all my key takeaways from the chapter. Do you guys think like 1 chapter a week is good, or do you think that we should do 2 chapters a week? 2? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I thought we were supposed to be all the way through 5 already.
Oh, okay.
So I kept reading this weekend, because I try to do what I can in the mornings, but sometimes I can only read a few pages.
Yeah.
But on the weekends I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we do then 2 chapters? What do you think, Kelly?
I'm going to try to up it, but he talks slower than what I could read.
Okay.
So it takes me longer, I think. So I'm like, how am I only through 3 chapters? How long are these chapters? I'm like, I feel like I feel like it's taking forever. So I'm going to actually kind of time it and see, like, okay, how long is it taking me, like, time-wise? When I have, like, a chunk of time to actually sit and listen, and maybe I'll have it running in the background, you know, while I'm kind of listening, while I'm, you know, doing my invites or scheduling my posts or something, just so I can kind of multitask. Ooh, that's pretty. So I can kind of multitask at the same time. This is killing me. Okay.
I know. It's like, take it out.
Oh, the bobby pin. Ooh, okay.
I know, the bobby pin.
So I mean, whatever you guys want to do. If I end up being a little bit behind, because I said, I think it's slower than what I would be able to read it at. So, but it's fine. We can keep for 2, and if I end up being a tiny bit behind, that's okay.
Okay. All right, cool. So we'll plan on trying to do then 2 chapters then every week and see where it takes us. So I'll post the recording up in the group, and then we will meet again next time. All
Thank
right, girls. Love you. Thanks for being here. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.